Good afternoon. My name is Lane Duplechin. I'm a real estate appraiser with Acadiana Appraisals and Consulting. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the market data for the Acadiana residential real estate market. We're going to start with sales volumes. This chart in the upper left-hand corner shows the number of sales during each month for 2022. We could see that in the month of May, we actually reached a peak for number of sales with 608 sales. And in November, we had our lowest month as far as sales volume goes with 366 sales. A good indicator would be December, where it shows that we rebounded, and December actually had more sales in that month than the prior 2 months. So hopefully that's a good indicator going into 2023. We also are looking at the average price per square foot and the average living area over time in this region. Uh, the average living area for properties that sold have remained fairly, relatively stable. However, we see with the average price per foot that we had the peak months in the summertime. And since then, in October, November, December, we saw some decreases from the highest points in June and July. Uh, we'll also take a look at this cumulative days on market. We could see that since July up until December, we've seen a steady increase. As of December, the cumulative days on market is 56 days, meaning it's taking on average 56 days for people to sell their homes, which is significantly higher than what we saw in the summer months. This is most likely due to the increasing interest rates that we've seen over the course of the year, as well as wintertime is typically a little bit slower in the real estate market. And so you'll see properties sit a little bit longer than what you'd see in the summertime months. If we look at the average and median sales prices, the red trend line is your average sales price, and the blue trend line is your median sales price. Similar to the price per square foot, we saw our peaks in the summertime months, and we've seen some decreases in the most recent quarter, being the months of October, November, and December. While the average and median sales price is significantly less than what it was at its peak, the most recent numbers are still going to be a lot higher than what they were in the prior years. If we take a look at the past 2 years, uh, this is where we're at currently. It's still higher than most of the time in the prior 2 years, with the exception of a few months here and there. So while we have seen a decrease from our peak, it's still higher than what we've seen historically. And then the last thing we'll look at is the sales to list price ratio. For the year of 2022, we've seen a steady decrease in the sales to list price ratio. So what that is it takes the sales price and it compares it to the original list price. And basically, in December, we have a 97.2% sales to list price ratio. That means that the sales price is 3% less than what the original list price was. If we look in April at our peak, the sales to list price ratio was 99%. So we've seen a 2% decrease in this metric over the past 6 to 7 months. So of course this data is looking at our region as a whole. It includes all 6 parishes that we cover, but we also take a look at this data on a parish by parish basis. Lafayette is the most populated area or parish in our area, and so it has the most data. Uh, if we look at our sales volume, it has more sales than any other parish in this area. And so the data is a lot more prevalent here. But again, we take a look at every parish on a monthly basis. And then when we perform our appraisals, we do an in-depth, specific look at each individual property that we're appraising. But if we look at each parish, they're going to have very similar trend lines as what the entire region tends to have. We see this sales to list price ratio going down. We see the days on the market going up, and we see that the average sales price and median sales prices tend to have peaked in the summer months. compared to what they are now. So it's all information that we keep a close eye on. Values are changing constantly, especially with the increased interest rates over time. So we're keeping an eye on that. If you have any questions or you need any advice on any valuation aspects of your property, if you need an appraisal done on your property, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach us on our office number at 337 366 9927, or you can reach us by email at Acadiana appraisals at gmail.com. I hope this was informative and thank you for your time.